I was walking back from the barn one morning when I noticed something strange in my backyard. At first, I thought it was just clutter left over from my projects, but as I got closer, my jaw dropped. There were boxes stacked chest-high, lawnmowers shoved under tarps, broken furniture, old tires, even a busted trampoline. My neat backyard looked like a junkyard overnight. And who was standing in the middle of it all, clipboard in hand, directing people like she was running a warehouse? HOA Karen. Perfect timing, she chirped. We voted last night. Your backyard is now the official HOA storage overflow. Everyone's been looking for a place to keep their extras, and you have plenty of space. I stared at her, dumbfounded. You dumped people's junk in my yard? She rolled her eyes. Don't be dramatic. You weren't using this space anyway. And as HOA president, I have authority to designate land use. Consider this community service. I took a deep breath, forcing back the laughter that wanted to burst out. She really thought she could turn my property into a free storage unit. Karen, I said, calm as could be, you just made a huge mistake. She smirked. Oh, I doubt that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have more deliveries coming. The Thompsons' old couch will go perfectly by your shed. I didn't argue, didn't even stop her. Instead, I pulled out my phone and snapped photos. Lots of them. Every box, every pile of trash, every item shoved onto my land. Then I made a quick call. Not to the cops, to an auctioneer I knew in town. 2 days later, a big white tent went up in my yard. A sign hung at the front, estate auction. Everything must go. The neighbors showed up in droves, thinking they were scoring deals. And they did. Lawnmowers sold, furniture went cheap, even that busted trampoline fetched a few bucks. Karen arrived halfway through, shrieking when she saw people bidding on the piles. What are you doing? She screamed. This is HOA property. I smiled. Really? Because it's on my land. And according to state law, abandoned property left here is mine to dispose of as I see fit. Today, that means selling it. She went beet red. You can't. These are people's belongings. Correction, I said, holding up the photos. They were people's belongings until they trespassed and dumped them on my land. Now, they're mine, and I'm liquidating. The auctioneer slammed his gavel. Sold. Next item. Karen tried to rally the neighbors, but it backfired spectacularly. Instead of siding with her, they demanded refunds for storage fees she'd charged them. They realized she'd conned them into thinking she had authority to use my land. By the end of the day, everything was gone. I pocketed a tidy sum of cash, and my yard was spotless again. Karen, meanwhile, was left standing in the dirt, furious and humiliated. The best part? A week later, I filed a trespass and nuisance complaint against the HOA. The judge sided with me instantly, hitting them with fines and barring them from designating my property for anything ever again. Now, whenever Karen walks by my yard, she doesn't even look at it. And me? I still chuckle when I think about it. She thought she'd turn my backyard into a storage lot. Instead, she handed me a free payday and a clean slate. Sometimes justice isn't just sweet, it's profitable.